Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to All Things Football on the Finished Article. My name's Shazad, and I'm going to be joined by my co-host Shazad as well. But before I bring him on, as always, people, leave the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be bringing you more football content over the course of the summer with the Euro 2020. Without further ado, though, I'm going to bring my boy Shazad in, and we are going to talk about the England squad that's been announced, that 33-man squad. Yes, Shaz. How are we, my bro?
Alhamdulillah, we are good. First of all, welcome to all the viewers that have joined us today. As Shaz has rightly put out, welcome to another episode on the Finished Article. We are back, and guess what? It's the exciting time of the year. We've got some exciting European finals coming tomorrow and on Saturday. But before we do that, today's breaking news, as you can probably tell by the title, England have announced a 33-man squad. By the way, this is not rugby. This is football, and we're going to get into this shortly. But Shaz, you want to bring up that beautiful ticker at the top? Before we even get into anything, before we even talk about anything, let's go and ask you lovely people, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Because as always, without your support, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yes,
okay.
my man.
So,
as it says there, Gareth Southgate has announced a provisional squad for Euro 2020. Sorry, I know we're in 2021, but the Euros last year didn't happen because of the lockdown, folks. So it's still called Euro 2020. It would have been such a pain in the backside to change the branding and everything to Euro 2021. So they've left it at Euro 2020. But without further ado, Gareth Southgate has announced a 33-man squad, which we'll go into in depth later as to why it was a 33-man squad, because I know Shaz wants to speak about that. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up the squad, and we're going to go through the goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and forwards. So, firstly, we're going to speak about the goalkeepers. So I'll bring them up, and I'll let Shaz go through the goalkeepers for you.
Right. So we have from Manchester United, Dean Henderson, West Brom, Sam Johnson, Everton, Jordan Pickford.
Whoa, hold on. What was that laugh for, bro? What was that laugh for, man? Come on.
Okay.
Come on. I'm gonna take that off the screen. Bro, what was that laugh for, bro? You said Sam Johnson's name, and you got this big smirk on your face, and you're just laughing about it, bro. Come on.
Right. I can't help today's a rant from me. If you've seen our previous videos, Chaz rants about WWE. Well, guess what? It's my rant on football today. And
yes, bro, you go for it, man. You say what you need to say. Get that off your chest, bro.
So, and I know Shaz says we're going to, but I said we need to dig into
it. All right. Let's go into it straight away. Before we do anything else, let's speak about why England chose that 33-man squad.
I'll tell you what. Because they're incompetent idiots. You're going to tell me that 1 year on from a major tournament, and I understand Mason Mount, Grealish, and one or two others have played their way in, so I'm all good with that because it's good to have strength in that. Fantastic. But my point is, you have a 33-man squad and you've got 4 goalkeepers, which unfortunately I know I laughed about Sam Johnson. No apologies, offense, bro. But
so literally,
Sam Johnson, you never
correct me if I'm wrong, Chaz. Correct me if I'm wrong. This 33-man squad is going to be trimmed down to 26 this time next week, Tuesday next week. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
So you tell me why England would choose a 33-man squad instead of 26. It's going to disappoint 7 people for no reason.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what you're doing is you basically, or Gareth Southgate's reason is, I want to give these 7 additional players exposure. Well, I can understand that if that's a young 18-year-old that's coming up, that's fair enough. I get that. But Sam Johnson relegated with West Brom. Aaron Ramsdale relegated with Sheffield United. Have never mentioned anywhere near the England side. Yet all of a sudden, you know what? Let's throw them in, boys. Let's throw them in. Come along, man. Come along. And
it's just that they're going to train with the England squad for like a day, maybe.
A couple of days, and maybe
probably not even that, because the rest, some of the England players are going to be in this in the Champions League final and the Europa League final. So the whole squad's not going to be together
Basically,
until
what
next week.
Southgate has done, what's happened is, and unfortunately, this is always comes back to bite England. And we historically, what happens with England is because the English Premier League is the best league in the world. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, let's put that out there. The Premier League is the best league in the world right now.
It is. Now, the problem with that is English players, whether you look at like it or not, or English clubs, they when it comes to major tournaments, if you look at Germany, if you look at Spain, if you look at Italy, if you look at Portugal, for example, they all have a winter break. So that winter break allows for players to get rested, switch rotated around.
Yeah, of course.
The problem we've got here is that 3 English clubs are in European final, and as always, Arsenal letting the quadrant down because they can't get through a team like Villarreal. Don't worry, we'll
hold on. I'm just going to get my nephew on the phone.
Anyway, but you know what? Going back to what I was talking about, apologies for diverging.
It shows down there, yeah.
So basically, the beautiful ticker there, 33 man. So for me, this, if I'm Gareth Southgate, this seems to me as a guy he's unsure on his best 11, and at this point, I have to say that's shocking. I mean, for me,
I'm gonna cut you off there, bro. You're not wrong. Before I forget, before I say anything else, you're not wrong. We've just gone through the goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna bring them back up.
Yeah.
If you look at these goalkeepers, you've got Dean Henderson, Sam Johnson, as you said, Mr. Pickford, and Ramsdale. Now, we know from looking at them 4 which 2 are going to be the goalkeepers for the England squad. It's going to be Henderson and Pickford. So the other 2 names are mentioned for no reason at all.
Let me throw something out. The way England should be picking these players is based on merit and performance. Let's bring that list back up, Shaz. Let me bring something up to you. So we are now talking about European finals. Out of the 4 goalkeepers there, so you got Henderson, you got Pickford, you got Ramsdale, and you got Johnson. Dean Henderson is the only one with European club experience. Jordan Pickford, Butterfingers, his side qualified mid-table. Yes, he's been England's #1 for a number of years, but for me,
but now Dean Henderson's here, so you can step aside, bro.
Yes, exactly. So Henderson, take your place, son. This is your time to shine. Pickford, sit on the bench, warm it. That's what you're good for.
Keep it warm, bro.
Keep it warm. So that's my take. So England should be picking players that they know have the credentials to take them over the tournament. I'm tired of hearing that. Oh, you remember the song by Skinner Badil in '96 when they said football's coming home, and every single year after that, every tournament, yeah, football's coming. Guys, football will only come home if England pick the players that are good enough to win tournaments, i.e. those that have proven metal, played in Champions League, played in Europa League. Your boy is Connor Cody. We're going to touch upon that in defense. But I'm going to let Shaz have a say before...
yeah, bro. I'm going to jump onto the defenders. I know they were just on the screen there, but I'm going to jump onto them. I'll go through the list and we'll discuss the defenders and we'll take it out from there. So defender-wise, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben Chilwell, Connor Cody from Wolves, Ben Godfrey from Everton, Reece James from Chelsea, Harry Maguire from United, even though he's injured, Tyrone Mings from Aston Villa, Luke Shaw, well-deserved from Man United, John Stones at Man City, Kieran Trippier at Atletico Madrid, Kyle Walker at City, and Ben White from Brighton. So there's a couple of names there that I know won't probably make it. Harry Maguire being one of them, and not because he doesn't deserve to be in the England squad. It's just he's injured. I don't think he's going to be fit enough. If he's not fit enough for the United game tomorrow, I don't think he's going to be going through with the England squad next week. I don't think he's going to make the cut roll because of his injury. And just his injury alone, I think he deserves to be in the England squad. But his injury alone will take him out of this tournament, I think.
Yeah, I have to say I'd agree with that because that injury came at a bad time for him. And I'll be honest with you, if he gets picked, I think that's going to be picked as a squad player, and he's never going to really get played. I mean,
I don't think he's going to make it into the England squad based on his injury. I don't think he's going to recover in time.
If I go through this list, and I need to be brutally honest, our fullbacks, we don't have anything to worry about. You got Luke Shaw, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. If he gets
does Trent Alexander-Arnold deserve to be in the England squad? That's the question.
I would take him.
Because you've got, fair enough, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, but you've also got Kyle Walker on that side.
No, I know, but
And you've also got Kieran
prefer,
Trippier as a right back as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's my point.
You've got 3 right backs in the squad there.
So you only need 2. So I would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So one of those 3 isn't going to make the cut.
I would take Trent and Kieran Trippier.
You can't do that though, bro, because Kyle Walker just won the Premier League with Man City.
Yeah, he did, but
so if you're saying that Man City's right back doesn't deserve to go into the England squad for the Euros, man, come on. And this is me talking. I don't even like Man City.
No, I just give that's just my opinion, personal opinion.
No,
but
that's fair. But yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all good.
I think you know what England, what they need to do is to pick the players that are most likely to get them through the lineup. By the way, I'm excited for this summer's tournament because I want to see how far this young side goes, based on what we've seen in 2018 from the World Cup, where we got to the semi-final. Yeah. But what we're now going to see is progression going forward. So for me, progression going forward is, have you learned from your mistakes of 2 years ago?
Progression is actually getting through to maybe the quarters or semi-finals for England. Maybe even going through to the final and doing something worthy. You know what I mean?
Same way we talk about that club football, where me, myself, and Chaz were talking about on the Fergie show, whereby we talk about United got over the semi-final hoodoo, now they're in the final. Now tomorrow's final represents the next step in their development or evolution. The same thing with England. We're now
definitely. You're right there. You're right there. But the thing is, and I've said this before. I don't know if we've spoke about England before. I probably said it to you before, bro. I've said it to other people. The problem with the England squad is, compared to other squads, is that there's too much club competition. So you've got Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. These big clubs, and the players all play against each other through the season. And it's like the clubs have the rivalries, like Man United, Man City, they have a rivalry. Man United, Liverpool, they have a rivalry. And when the players get together for the England squad, you can tell there's not that chemistry there. But if you look at it from another point of view, if you look at Spain, half their squad is from Barcelona, or used to be, and half their squad is from Real Madrid, or used to be. But when they played as a team as Spain, they played as Spain. They didn't play as Barcelona and Real Madrid players mixing. They played as one.
Yeah.
Now, until England do that, England are going to struggle going forward in any competition, World Cup, Euros, whatever you call it, whatever. Do you know what I mean? They need to get that mentality. When there's England, the team, England, they need to play as one. It's not, that guy plays for Man City, that guy plays for Liverpool.
Yeah,
we've got a rivalry. Nah, you're playing for England. You're representing your country. You're representing the Three Lions. You play as a club, not a club. You play as a nation, not as your club team. And that's where England need to pick up on this. England need to do better to get through, man. They need to do better.
No, that is true. That's true. Shaz, you want to bring up the next set of?
So the next group are the midfielders.
Yeah, I'll go through that.
I'll let Shaz go through the midfielders just now.
Nice,
here we go, Shaz. They're just to top that, bro.
Nice. So we've got Jude Bellingham of Borussia Dortmund, Henderson of Liverpool, Lingard of West Ham and Man United, Mason Mount, Chelsea, Calvin Phillips of Leeds, Declan Rice of West Ham, James Ward-Prowse of Southampton.
I mean, looking at that midfield, that is a very weak midfield. I'm not even going to lie to you. Where's Jack Grealish?
Jack Grealish is apparently a striker on this list.
Is he, though? Fair enough, he's in the forwards, but he's not a forward.
Even look at Phil Foden.
Phil Foden's a midfielder. Marcus Rashford is a midfielder. I don't class him as a forward. He's not a forward. He's a left.
I know. I think
he's a left winger. We've been through this plenty of times. It's just daft.
I agree.
That's just daft, bro. I mean, that midfield on its own. If you look at that midfield, what have we got? Bellingham, decent player. Henderson shouldn't even be in the squad. Lingard, after his half season at West Ham, deserves to be there. Mason Mount, he's had a good season with Chelsea. Calvin Phillips, he's done well with Leeds, so he deserves it. Declan Rice, 50-50 for me. James Ward-Prowse shouldn't even be there. there's other players that could be in these
No,
positions, man.
I think what will happen is Phil Foden will play in midfield alongside Declan Rice because they need a holding midfielder.
Yeah.
And then you'll have basically Rashford on one side. You'll have Greenwood up front. But we'll go into that in the forward section.
Yeah, no. That midfield, if you look at it there, I mean, do you remember England's midfield before? David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Nicky Butt, even in there. They had a huge midfield, and they never won a trophy together. They never won the Euros. They never won the World Cup. And that was probably the best midfield England had. Back then, England had probably the best squad they've ever had, including their midfielders. They had Alan Shearer up front. They had David Seaman in the nets. They had Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Wayne Bridge, Ashley Cole. I mean, that team alone should have won a World Cup or a Euro. I mean, those are huge names for a squad.
The reason they failed is because
it's that club mentality that I was just talking about, bro.
Yeah, egos.
They all had that rivalry, and it was quite big when they were in the England squad together.
Yeah, no.
What I'm going to do though, bro, I'm going to quickly just move over to the forwards, get them out of the way, and then we'll talk about the squad as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring these forwards up now, and I'll go through them. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton, Phil Foden from Man City, Jack Grealish from Aston Villa should be in the midfielders, but anyway, Mason Greenwood from United, Harry Kane from Tottenham, Marcus Rashford again should be in the midfielders, but yeah, for Man United, Bukayo Saka from Arsenal,
midfield.
Not 100% sure he should be there. Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund, Raheem Sterling from Man City, and Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. Yeah,
there's goals there. There's goals,
bro. The potential's there for us to score a lot of goals with that attack. I mean, I'm going to bring the attack and the midfield back up. Just that alone. I mean, if you look at the midfield, the names that are showing there in midfield,
yeah,
none of them are going to play. You're going to have Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Raheem Sterling. They're all going to be playing them positions. And then you've only got Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Watkins, Harry Kane that are going to play up front. Yeah. That midfield shouldn't even be there, bro. I mean, yeah, Jesse Lingard's probably out of them. Jesse Lingard will get a game, and Jude Bellingham will probably get a game or so. Henderson doesn't even deserve to be in the squad. Calvert, Phillips, I'm not 100% sure on him. He's done well with Leeds. Leeds have done well this season to stay up and finish where they finished. Declan Rice, he's had a good season, with Jesse Lingard at West Ham. But James Ward-Prowse, bro, I mean, how has James Ward-Prowse got in the squad and not Danny Ings? Danny Ings plays for the same club, yeah? Southampton. Yeah. How the heck has Danny Ings not made that squad and James Ward-Prowse has? That's unbelievable. What is Gareth Southgate thinking with this squad? Half the squad shouldn't even be in the squad. He's going to drop seven of them anyway.
The ones that should be there haven't made it. So
drop some names that should be there besides the ones that we've just mentioned, bro.
So
there's a couple I can think of.
Who was I thinking of earlier? James Maddison.
James Maddison, bang on. Then you've got I know he's injured, but Nick Pope is a goalkeeper.
Oh,
he's a good goalkeeper. I think he should be up there.
Danny Ings, we've mentioned.
Danny Ings, we've just mentioned, yeah.
Who else is there?
There are other players. I can't name them off the top of my head, to be bro.
Yeah, no,
but yeah, that's just unbelievable, that squad.
Wan-Bissaka.
I mean, how has Wan-Bissaka not made that?
Yeah, so even if it's a 33-man squad, you'd still expect Wan-Bissaka to make it the extended squad.
How the heck has Wan-Bissaka not made that, right? And Trent Alexander-Arnold has made it. Connor Cody's made it. Ben Godfrey's made it. And Ben White's made it. And who the heck are these guys compared to Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Wan-Bissaka, right now, in the Premier League, is the best right-back in the Premier League. One-on-one, no one can touch Wan-Bissaka. You could put Ronaldo, you can put I don't know, any player from a European team right now against Wan-Bissaka, 9 times out of 10, Wan-Bissaka will beat them.
You know who they haven't put in there? Axel Tuanzebe. He's English.
I can understand that. I can understand Tuanzebe not making it because he's still young. He's not had that many games for United.
Hold that thought. So you remember how we started the show by talking about giving exposure to
players?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, bro, I'm just gonna say it off the top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players there. 7, 8, 9, 10. What the heck? 10, 11 players there that shouldn't even be in the squad.
That's what I mean.
And then you've got Danny Ings who didn't make it.
Yeah.
Danny Ings didn't make it. Wan-Bissaka hasn't made it. Tuanzebe, as you said, hasn't made it. Who was the other player that we mentioned? Nick Pope hasn't made it because he's injured, but he should still be there. I can't remember any other players that should be there, but they're better than these players that they've got in this squad, bro. Like come on. I'm disappointed in Gareth Southgate, just like I was in '96 when he missed that penalty. Very disappointed, bro. Bro. Don't do that, bro. I'm very disappointed in him. Very disappointed in this England squad. If you want to win trophies, you have to have your best players playing for your country.
What I mean.
Wan-Bissaka, to me, Wan-Bissaka is better. Right, I'm going to go through the right backs that we've got here, bro. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier, and Kyle Walker at right back, yeah?
3.
Yeah. Wan-Bissaka wipes the floor with all 3 of them, bro. In defending, I'm talking about defending only. Wan-Bissaka destroys all 3 of them in defending. Trent Alexander-Arnold is probably only there because he gets forward. He's a right wing back. He can move forward, and he's got a brilliant cross, and he's got a brilliant free kick. And that's probably the only reason he's in that squad, right? But Kieran Trippier, this season, yes, he's played at Atletico Madrid. He's had an okay season, but he's not done anything special to be in that squad before Wan-Bissaka. And the same with Kyle Walker. Fair enough. Kyle Walker has won the Premier League with Man City, but does he deserve to be there over Wan-Bissaka? Do any of these defenders deserve to be there over Wan-Bissaka? Connor Cody. Who the heck's Connor Cody, bro? Who the heck's Ben Godfrey? Who the heck's Ben White even, bro?
Yeah, bro.
That's just mental. Do you know what, bro? Until you mentioned Wan-Bissaka's name, I actually forgot that he's an English player. I forgot that he played for England. Because he wasn't in this squad, I was like, oh, you know what? He probably doesn't even play for England. But you mentioned it. He's not even in the England squad. It's just vexed me up, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's
as you can tell.
Point. Yeah, that was the whole point of having the debate. And we wanted to bring it to everybody because we wanted to share our reactions with you on the squad. In fact, if we had a choice, I'd have done it this afternoon at lunchtime. Because when I heard the news, I was like, raw, this is like next level.
Raw, bro, that is bollocks.
That's bollocks.
I'm telling you, that squad should have been released on April Fool's, bro. Because that's what it is. That's a joke, bro.
That's true.
I'm not even... after looking at that squad, even if you take 7 people out of there, because it's going to be trimmed down to 26, I still don't see England doing well with that squad.
No,
they've missed too many names out that need to be in that squad, bro.
Defensively,
crazy, man.
Defensively, it's poor. It's our centre backs are like non-existent. I'll be honest, we don't even have a recognised centre back there.
We don't. Besides Harry Maguire,
by the way,
who else is there?
John Stones might be there, but let's not forget Ruben Diaz carried John Stones.
I mean, what about Michael Keane?
Everton, he hasn't done anything.
No, but he's a good defender. Fair enough, they've not done well as a team, but he's still a good defender. I think he's better than Connor Cody and some of the other players there. What about James? Is it Tarkowski? Good defender.
James Tarkowski. He's a better choice than Ben White.
He's a better choice than 3 or 4 of them people there, bro.
Connor Cody.
And what about Joe Gomez? Joe Gomez, fair enough, he plays for Liverpool, and Liverpool are crap.
Injured.
Oh, he's still injured, isn't he? Yeah,
you're
right.
Injured, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let him off with that. I mean, fair enough. John Stones has had a good season at Liverpool, right?
Man City.
At Man City. John Stones has changed the way he plays under Pep. I mean, last season or maybe the season before, he didn't feature that well for Man City. He didn't feature that much. But this season, he's probably been a solid defender for him, and he's actually scored a couple of goals. So shout out to John Stone. He actually deserves to be in that squad. But compared to some of the other players, bro, Wan-Bissaka and other players, they actually deserve. Other players need to be in there, man. Come on.
No, I hear you, bro. I hear you. But only Southgate can answer that one. Well, guess we'll never know. We'll have to see what happens come 1st of June. What happens if he gets dropped if he drops more and adds anyone else in?
I mean, I'm going to mention a couple of other players that should be in there in the midfield area. Like you mentioned, James Maddison. I'm not sure why he's been overlooked. He's been one of Leicester's top players. Dele Alli. I know he's not that good. He's not had that much time for Spurs, but he's still a good player. Eric Dyer, he's decent. He's better than most of them bloody midfielders that he's picked. Harvey Barnes.
Injured, but yeah.
Good. Is he injured? Didn't realise he was injured. Ross Barkley. Could be a shout. You know what I mean? These are just names I'm just dropping, bro, because some of them actually deserve to be in the squad. Striker-wise, obviously Danny Ings, Tammy Abraham, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Callum Wilson. You know what I mean? There's other players that deserve to be in that squad than the actual crap squad that he's picked. I mean, I've named a lot of players there that some may be injured, some are in the squad, but if you take the crap out of the squad and put them in, it makes it a better squad.
No, I agree. But
Gareth Southgate, for some reason, he's picked this really crappy squad. And he's expecting to win the Euros with this. Is he expecting to win the Euros? I don't know. Is he expecting to win? I don't know, man.
I think he is. But by the way, guys, just before we tune off today, we will be covering the revised squad on the 1st of June. This was just our take on the initial squad that he's released today, even though he's the only manager of all the other nations to have done this. But hey, you know what? England like to do things differently. So you know what? We thought we'll bring it to you. But you know what?
Hold on. Before we do go, I'm just going to share one little thing. This is a little message for our man Gareth Southgate, bro. That's what I think of your squad, Gareth Southgate. That is what I think of your squad. You're getting the thumbs down for that squad alone. I can't even explain how upset I am with that squad, bro. I don't know, man. It's a joke. If England expect to I'm going to rephrase this. If Gareth Southgate is expecting to win the Euros, he needs to come with his best. Even if it's a 33-man squad or 26-man squad, he needs to come with his best squad.
No, that's true. I reckon he should.
He's included Harry Maguire in the squad, even though he's injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is he not including Nick Pope? Nick Pope's injured. He could be in the squad. And the other players that you've mentioned that are injured, I know James Maddison was injured. That's probably why he's not made the squad. But Harry Maguire's injured. He's made the squad. What's the difference?
I reckon he reckons there's a chance that Maguire could be fit for the latter rounds if we make it.
Yeah, but James Maddison's fit to play for Leicester. He played that last game, or he played part of it. He's trained. He's got a week or two now to get his fitness back, and he'll be fresh as well. He'll be a fresh player because he's not. Well, towards the end of the season, he's not had that match time that the other players have had that have fatigued them.
No, I do agree.
Like Rashford and the other players. He'd be a fresh player to be in the squad, and James Maddison's a really good midfielder, bro. But you know what? That thumbs down says it all, bro. That's how I feel about Gareth Southgate right now. He's getting a big fat thumbs down. And that's all I'm saying. That's the last thing I'm going to say. A big fat thumbs down to that squad, bro. Even your new bloody revised squad for 26, man in the squad. That's going to get a thumbs down because it's just going to be 7 people stripped out of this, and he's probably going to take some of the better players out and leave the crappy players in. Knowing Gareth Southgate, he's already done it now. Why is he not? What's going to stop him doing it again?
No, I'd agree.
Absolutely ridiculous, bro. But I'm going to let you finish this. I'm going to let you wrap it up, bro, because I could go on for a bit longer here.
We all could give a bit longer, but you know what, guys? As the beautiful ticker at the bottom says, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. And guess what, guys? We've got some exciting episodes coming over the next couple of days. We've got some European finals to cover, especially as Shaz brought up Man United. Tomorrow, the boys will be playing Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, in the final of the Europa League. And we will be on tomorrow early evening before kickoff to give you our thoughts and cover the post-match reaction as well. But until then, take it easy. Have a good evening. And peace out.
Yes, bro. Everyone, take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow, just before the Europa League final. We'll give you our predictions, and then we'll be back for the post-match analysis right here on the finished article.